we're going to go into the town of Sheridan. This is going to be an interesting reunion. Here is a Denver Metro Audits, and we are reuniting over here in the city of Sheridan. We're going to go to this public meeting, but we wanted to go ahead and get this started. All right, off we go. And the doors are locked to the public meeting? Well, this isn't off to a very good start.
And then he sees us, and then he just walks away. Turn your live stream back on.
So we're here for a public meeting, and you have to have, what, a passkey to get in here?
Well, the guy saw us trying to get in, instead of
Yeah,
opening the door, he just walked away.
the security guy comes to the door. So, let's see, do they have the public meeting agenda? Today's the 13th. So they're in their study session right now. I looked online today.
Oh, look, October 13th has been canceled. Oh, no, that's not the same meeting.
Right here,
Development Agency.
7 p.m.
This guy, here he comes. What, in the same room or what?
Why is this door locked when there's a public meeting going on?
I have no idea. I don't have access to the door.
Then how did you just open it?
Because I pushed it in.
Okay. How come when you saw us trying to get in, you just walked away? It could be
I want to go to talk to the chief,
What do you need to talk to him about?
just to see if you guys were allowed to come in.
Allowed to come into a public meeting?
I-
So this is by invitation only? I just
No.
want to be clear.
No, I just didn't know myself. So that's why I went to go get him to see if it was okay.
The chief being
Do you know
who?
who we are?
No, that's why I just went
It
to
doesn't
go-
matter
So
who we
why-
are.
So anyone that comes up, you
Oh,
got
you
to
guys want to
ask.
come in?
Yeah, we want to come in. It's just
Okay.
bizarre that you went and asked if we could
Yeah,
come
well,
in.
it's not my first time covering here, so I was just making sure.
The chief being who?
The police.
Interesting. They lock people out of a public meeting.
And then if you just want to set your belongings here, the bags and everything, and I'll just want you guys in.
What exactly do you need to look at?
I just have to check if you have any knives or anything like that, anything that's prohibited.
There's nothing in there that's prohibited?
Alright?
Do you need to see more than what you can see with the naked eye?
Okay.
I think you probably need one of these. That's for you. That's my gift to you.
See in there, your flashlight.
Yeah, you're good. Let me just want you guys down and then you can.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Welcome.
So only by invitation can you be let in to the city council
Well, but you
meeting.
know who we are, right? Because he went and asked.
No,
did
I
they
just
tell
saw
you?
individuals with cameras and that's it.
Oh, so it's the
Yeah.
cameras.
No, I mean, that's it.
Did you tell the chief we had cameras?
I did.
Did he have a problem with that?
No. So that's why I just went to go open it.
All right.
Cool.
Interesting. So they pick and choose who they're letting into these public meetings.
And also get some identification now.
Thank you, Andrea.
I'll call to order the regular meeting of the Sheridan City Council for Monday, October 13th, 2025. The time is 7:02 p.m. Can we have roll call, please? We have all members
Heavenly Father, as we gather here today, we ask for your spirit of unity to be present among us. Help us to put aside any personal agendas or differences and work together in harmony towards our common goal. Remind us of the words in Psalm 133:1, "Behold, how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity." Let this be our desire as we engage in discussions and make decisions that impact others. We trust that with your guidance and grace, we can achieve a sense of unity and work together effectively. May our words be filled with love and respect for one another, and may our actions reflect the unity we strive for. In your holy name, amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America,
and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
No changes to the agenda, Madam Mayor.
All right, we'll go on to receive and file the financial reports. Motion for Councilmember Stang, second from Councilmember Moreno. Does anyone have any questions or comments on the financial reports? Is there anything that you wanted to add on those, Teresa, before we vote? Or are we good to go?
You are good to go.
All right. All right, go ahead, we'll vote on that then. That motion is approved. Next, we have staff reports. City Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just a couple of items. Upcoming, we have the city clerk, city manager, and the judge evaluations. So I'll be sending out the forms for those. And then the self-evaluations, you'll be getting those. Election updates, the ballots have been mailed, so you should be receiving yours if you haven't received it already. And the drop box here in the Circle Drive is open. Next week, Reagan and I are going to be attending a conference for the Colorado Municipal Clerks Association. So we will be out, but we'll be answering emails as we can. And then.
Hayashi's not here anymore. Look,
Mhm.
the city attorney's here.
Scenario.
I wonder why Hayashi never showed up. Because they never made it.
So we talked about updates to the city website in regards to Agenda Center. Reagan has worked really hard to get our videos up there as well. So under City Council agendas, if you click on it, you will now see these little TV screen icons. They're really hard to see. Hang on, so I can zoom in. They look like this. They are now, the videos are all connected to this link. They are posted in English and in Spanish for all of 2025. So,
Great. Member.
and that is all I have, Madam Mayor. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions for the clerk? Thank you for doing that.
Thanks, Reagan.
Yeah, thanks, Rick. All right, City Attorney, do you have anything for us?
Yes, I attended the CML Attorneys Conference this past weekend. There's a lot of CLEs for about a day and a half. There's some good CLEs this year, and one of the ones that was interesting related to Senate Bill 24205, which relates to AI. The city manager's already talked to me about looking into some AI policies, and we'll make sure the city's in compliance with all that's required by that act. That's delayed until June 30th, 2026 is the effective date of that statute. It's also always good to just hear general updates on the law and other topics around the state and to meet other attorneys and hear what's going on. And then the other update I have is just regarding opioids. The mayor signed the sum of participation forms for both Purdue and the secondary manufacturers, and so nothing else to do at that time is confirmed by Keller Warpack. Other than that, I have nothing further at this time unless you have any questions for me.
Any questions for the attorney? Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Anything else you want to add, City Manager?
Mayor, nothing to add to my report, but happy to answer any questions.
Chief?
Nothing additional. Happy to answer questions.
Any other questions for staff before we move on? No? Okay. Then we will move on to the minutes. The minutes of the regular city council meeting of September 22nd, 2025. A motion from Councilmember Moreno and a second from Councilmember Whitaker. Any questions or discussion on the minutes? Please cast your votes. approval of disbursements, authorized disbursements that have been or will be made from September 16th, 2025 to September 30th, 2025 in the amount of $1,383,315.96 per the referenced and attached transfer of funds. I have a motion from Councilmember Moreno and a second from Councilmember Lopez. Any questions or discussions on the consent agenda? Please cast your votes. The motion is approved. Next tonight we have 3 resolutions. We have Resolution 31 of 2026, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Sheridan, Colorado, appointing Ernie Camacho to the City of Sheridan's Volunteer Firefighters Pension Board. There's a motion from Councilmember Stang and a second from Councilmember Moreno. Any discussion on Resolution 31? I'll thank Councilmember Camacho for agreeing to participate in the pension board. Please cast your votes. Motion is approved. And then we have Resolution 32 of 2025, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Sheridan, Colorado, appointing Michael Moreno to the City of Sheridan's Volunteer Firefighters Pension Board. A motion from Councilmember Whitaker and a second from motion from Councilmember Stang and a second from Councilmember Whitaker. Any discussion on Resolution 32? Thank you, Councilmember Moreno. Appreciate it. All right, let's vote. That motion is approved. And finally, we have Resolution 33 of 2025, a resolution of the City Council of Sheridan, Colorado, approving a mutual aid agreement with the Colorado Rangers Law Enforcement Shared Reserve. I have a motion from Councilmember Whitaker and a second from Councilmember Moreno. Any discussion or questions on Resolution 33? Okay, let's vote. Motion is approved. Next, we have Mayor's Choice. Kind of following on to the city manager, I just want to say thank you to everyone who participated or attended Sheridan Celebrates. I think it was really the smoothest it's gone. Every year, I think it just gets better and better as far as like how easily, we set up and break down and get everyone through the festival, And I agree, the floats were outstanding this year. I don't know if it was the theme we picked, but people really got into it. And I think we had 5 really good floats with, all sorts of farm decorations. So that made for a really fun parade. But I want to thank our staff, who attended and participated, and especially the Sheridan Celebrates Committee, who put in so many hours of work, volunteer time all year round to make that happen. I also wanted to thank Sheridan Rising Together for Equity for putting on what I thought was an excellent candidate forum last week. So I appreciate that they made that effort to help our voters be informed about all the different candidates. I thought it went off pretty well. And then finally, I wanted to give some kudos to Andrew and the planning team. I talked with Nancy Sonnenfeld this week from Arapahoe County, and she wanted to share how much she appreciates the work that they did on that Proposition 123 credit sharing resolution. She thinks it's really great, innovative approach, and she really just appreciated everything that they put into it. So just want to share those kudos. That's all I have. Anybody from council want to speak?
I do.
Go ahead.
I spoke with a constituent this week who said, how do we know when street cleaning is happening?
I don't know if do we have Jeremiah online tonight or no?
Hello, this is Jeremiah, Public Works Director. Are you referring to just the street sweeping in general, like across the city?
Yes. Yeah.
So it does vary, obviously, as we move into wintertime season, but we're out every week, sometimes more than we say. I believe it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, and those schedules are usually put out at the beginning of the year. But as we move into fall and winter, weather permitting, like we can't run water and stuff, so those will just kind of run intermittently.
How are people gonna know when to move their
we don't really have a citywide, like Denver does, where it says no parking on one side of the street. So we don't really enforce the parking that way. But I guess we can work on trying to develop something along those lines if that's, I'll get with Devin and see if that's something that we're interested in doing. It's just, it becomes, a bit of a management issue to do that, to ensure the enforcement of it.
Can I suggest a postcard or something?
Councilmember Whitaker, it's posted on our website, the schedule, and I can forward that on to city council. But there is a page that outlines all of street sweeping on our city website.
It doesn't seem unreasonable, rather maybe do a postcard at the start of the year, kind of like we get for.
Yeah, we can
trash
do
and stuff.
we can do a little reminder, right? Because sometimes folks just need to be reminded, going, oh yeah, they're out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and maybe I can look at moving my car on the other side of the street or something like
If
that.
that's helpful.
Generally, we just sweep around them. We don't like to tow anybody.
This is quite the lie.
All right, good. I think what that neighbor is asking for is, to somehow know.
They were
Even
saying
if
that we
that-
were doing that all
and
the
I
time. And
appreciate
I
that it's on the
even
website,
told him up here, I was like, I've never published any of your
So
guys'
that, but
personal
if they
stuff.
got something in the mail, I think that would
Lie,
solve the
lie,
problem
lie.
entirely. I'd move my car if I knew it was gonna be cleaned under there a certain day.
We can certainly look at doing that and sending out a reminder for that.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know why they would say that, just to lie and make me look worse,
And we have
because
time for public comment.
it's very
Get a
easy to
total
find
of
out if
20
I've been
minutes
doing
for
this. All you have to
public
do is
comment,
go to my
and
video and
2
look,
minutes for
where did I publish their personal address? And I think he is telling his officers that that's what I was doing, and that's why they
Good
all
evening,
believe me.
council and city staff. My name is Todd Van Sant,
We're on the
Commander
public
BFW
comment.
Post
This is the end of the
9644,
meeting.
2680 West Hampton Avenue. I've got 3 things to speak about tonight. First off, we are fortunate enough to be
How many minutes do
hosting
you get?
the 2026 McCartney, Colorado State Convention at 9644 next year. This will bring veterans from all over the state. Hundreds of veterans and their spouses and their families will be attending our post in your city to meet, and it's always a good event. This will also help the city show that you guys support your veterans and our organization. So I'd also like to involve you guys if you're interested. There will be a time for you guys to speak if you guys want to speak. I'm sure the chief of police and the mayor at that time will make some time on the stage. We'll also be putting together some bags to hand out to everybody, so if the city has any small items to put into a bag, we can get those out to everybody so they have something for the city to show. We will be working with the school district. I believe last year we met at the school, in the new school, which was the new school at the time. The elevator didn't even work at the time. We were using golf carts up and down the hill because the elevator just wasn't working yet. So we'll be working with the school district to get in there, and hopefully we can do the same thing this year. The second thing, we will be open for Thanksgiving and Christmas meals at your VFW post this year. It is free for veterans, families, as well as the community. So you guys are all welcome to join us at the post. I think we cook 4 or 5 turkeys and a couple hams every year, so even all of the police officers and fire department, if you guys want to come by. It's a great little meal. Last year I bartended and it was a heck of a lot of fun. So, the last thing I have is the Ron Davies Memorial VFW Airlift is December 14th this year. This is the 15th annual airlift, and it started here at VFW Post 9644. Last year, we helped 1,500 veteran families with almost 12,000 pounds of food airlifted all over the state of Colorado. We did it out of Centennial Airport. It has turned into a statewide effort as a state committee now, and we are working on ways to replicate this in other states. So it's become a very big event for us. We invite the city, if you're able to collect donated foods or toys. If you guys could do that, either through your staff or through a collection box in the lobby, or however you guys decide to do it, and get those toys to us by the middle of December, early December, so we can get those added to everything. It's a great opportunity for the city and local groups to participate. We do have a pretty significant media coverage, usually turn out every year, with several media outlets showing up because it's a good cause. That's all I have for you. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
You bet.
Maybe with that market.
Todd, do you have like a collection box that we could use if we do that?
No, I don't. We take a Home Depot box and we wrap it in Christmas paper.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
yeah, that's all we do every year.
Okay, all right. I just couldn't remember if we've done that before. No, okay, thank you.
We have done those kinds of drives before, so
Yes.
I'm guessing that's probably not too much of an ask. Okay, anyone else who'd like to speak to council today? Okay, seeing none, we will adjourn. The time is 7:19 PM. Thank you all for being here.
She looked right at me when she said, "Does anyone else want to speak?" She thought for sure I was going to. So it's over. We can talk normal voices or no?
I don't know if I would suggest that or not.
Yeah, it's over. How long do we have till they kick us out of here?
I don't know.
Did you want to read some of these?
Yeah, I
Okay.
was just talking to the chat. Hey, everybody, yeah, so the meeting's over. Unfortunately,
We got your email, but we haven't been together as staff.
I don't think tonight is the time to give public comment. We're just kind of observing. We know that a lot of lying goes on here in this little hellhole of hell on earth. And we want to read some of these victim impact statements to you, written by these clowns up here. Devin, who's running his mouth right now, is the city manager, and sitting next to Reagan. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah. His name is Reagan. He works in the clerk's office. He is actually very good at his job. Imagine that. Their clerk is very good at her job as well. Other than that, everybody here sucks at their jobs. And so does all of City Council, except I will say that there are some new members up there. That dipshit Whitaker up there who said the prayer, who believes in treating people with dignity and respect. His girlfriend made up this outrageous story that Sweet Tea assaulted her. And so, yeah, they had Sweet Tea thrown in jail. And Sweet Tea is now suing Sheridan. So, yeah, a good city council Christian saying, good prayer. Jay Whitaker is an unhinged, emotional train wreck. He and his girlfriend, who appear from time to time to be under the influence. Yeah, this place is a special hell on earth.
I don't think she's under the influence. I think she's just out there. She's a very weird person. And just because all the lies, blatant lies she was telling up on the stand in Sweet Tea's trial, it was just so weird. She's just so high-strung. That's how she is.
Yeah, that's typically pretty indicative of
Like drug use.
some type of personality disorder.
Yeah.
I guess we could call that fairly a personality disorder.
But, when we came in, Whitaker was pretty much the only one that was giving me weird looks. And now that I think about it, he probably knows about the lawsuit. Maybe that's why.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
He absolutely knows about the
And that
lawsuit.
lawsuit was filed actually a while ago. I mean, did you read it? No?
Never got a case number.
Oh, you never?
Never got a case
I have
number.
it.
Oh, okay.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I haven't even read it yet. But it was filed a while ago, so
Yeah,
that's
but
probably
those-
why he's all upset.
Well,
I mean,
those are just getting started. I mean, those last for years. Years and years. And that doesn't mean other defendants can't get added to those lawsuits. So, yeah, I don't know, DJ. It was a very interesting whole set of circumstances that it was clearly orchestrated between this police department right there with their fearless leader, who then proceeded to write a bunch of victim impact statements full of lies. Right here, we could start with Devin Granberry, the city manager. So this was submitted in Christopher's criminal case that he's currently appealing. So some folks, we're good. How are you? Long time no see and talk. Yeah, I'll have. I'm going to be doing some information requests, so I know I can always rely on you with certainty and ease. Take care. So they probably want to lock their room. So we'll move along here. We don't want to interfere with government operations from the 20-minute city council meeting.
Go ahead, you go first.
Me first.
Ladies first.
So we have a little bit of an issue with some homeless being threatened by your officers. I wasn't there, I didn't see it. I hope it's not going to become an issue because I really don't want to have to come back over to Sheridan, but I will. I hope that your officers understand that winter is coming and threatening arrest instead of utilizing your Tri-Cities efforts and resources is a really bad idea.
No, I agree with you. I don't.
Okay.
And if you give me, if you can give me some more details, I'll definitely look into it. We should not be threatening anyone. So
Okay.
I agree. We're on the same side with this. And please, if I can get more details, I will address it. I will. Nobody better be threatening our homeless people. We
Okay.
need to offer resources. So I give
Okay,
you my
Chief.
word on that. I do. Okay.
Okay.
Honestly. Seriously, I mean that with all.
I will
due
hold you
respect.
to it.
Okay, just let me know, and then they should have body worn camera while they were there, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
That you make impossible for us to get, which I don't appreciate either. It would exonerate your officers that are doing a good job.
yeah, let's work together on this. Honestly, I'd really like all of us to have a much better relationship. Honestly, I don't like to make you angry, either of you guys angry with
Well,
me
it's the
or anything like that,
lies.
so.
It's the lies that we cannot tolerate and that are not going to be tolerated this round.
Well, like I said, I'd much more, we start out fresh and we work together on this.
Okay.
And if you give me that information, I'll be open and honest with you. If our officers did something that's inappropriate, I will open up a case on them and we will hold them accountable.
Okay,
Okay?
I'll be emailing you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks, Martinez. Thanks, Chris. Hope you guys are doing well.
Thank you. One second here. So, the city of Sheridan's former contracted city attorney has retired, Bill Hayashi. I had communications with him, I don't know, a couple months ago, and he informed me that he was retiring. So we see that there's now I don't know if she's an employee city attorney or contracted, I don't know. But she sits up there with the staff like an attorney is supposed to. But at any rate, perhaps Martinez doesn't want another go-around of contention. Do we give him that benefit of the doubt? What are your thoughts?
No, it's hard because I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt.
But they're cops. And they've
I
lied.
get let down all the time when I give the doubt. I mean, I'm a pretty good judge of character. He seems like a nice guy. He does. It's just, he's
But what-
nice to specific people, but when I read all this stuff that he
Uh-huh.
orchestrated,
Uh-huh.
right, And it's clearly that Martinez coached all of his officers and what to say, because they all say very similar things in their statements that are all blatant lies. It's like, man, it's hard. You know what I mean? It's hard to like look the other way on that type of stuff. But I would be open to like having an on-camera meeting with him, just me, him, and you, and just talking, trying
Well,
to talk some stuff out. He said he wants to be on the right track. He wants to start fresh. I would be down if he would
Really?
want to do something like that. Yeah, and I mean, if he would acknowledge this stuff, right, which I know he'd never do. That's the only way that I could really just move forward and let bygones be bygones, man, because they just
They
totally
threw you
hosed me.
in jail repeatedly.
Yeah.
How do you, okay, we are reasonable people. And we get through life every day by not holding grudges, holding hate. We all deal with those things in different ways. I know what kind of person it would make me be if I walked around with all of that load on my shoulders. However, I don't forget. I might forgive you, but I will not forget. And when you've burned my trust, I don't know how you can ever earn that back when it's to the level of locking someone in a cage for never harming another person because you've abused your authority. How do you define that stuff as forgivable? And they did it, what they did to you and Sweet Tea, that was some bad shit. I mean, some really bad shit.
Yeah, Whitaker in there. I don't know if you guys know, but I actually ran into him and his girlfriend or fiance or whatever. Her name's Victoria Brown. And we went shopped at the same King Supers. I ran into Camacho's wife. I ran into all kinds of people. And I went and talked to Jay, and he was like, I was like, yeah, man, so what's up with that? You know, you guys lied to get Sweet Tea arrested, saying that she assaulted your girlfriend, dude. And his girlfriend was there. She was like giving me dirty looks. She wouldn't come over and talk. She like walked away a little bit. He's like, oh, we had to do that because we kept getting emails and calls after you made that post about Victoria. Because I put like a community post on my channel. It wasn't even on Sweet Tea's channel, it was on my channel.
And what kind of calls were they getting? Were you advertising that people should call them and harass them?
I mean, everyone saw what happened, you know, on the
Yeah.
It was a live stream. And
So
then
where
I put
would
the
they have
video
been
out.
calling them? Where were they getting these calls? These are all fucking lies.
Yeah, well, they just know who she is, so they were looking her up probably also, and then they were sending her DMs and stuff like that, I guess. But he's like, we had to because of that. And I'm like, dude, so you had to lie? And I was like, dude, that wasn't an assault. And he's like, well, yeah, and we think it was an assault. And I don't know if you guys, we never did a panel on Sweet Tea where she got exonerated by the judge at halftime, but
We call it
literally,
halftime.
guys, it was halftime. Yeah, we didn't even get to say our side. And literally, what she did after Victoria kept bumping into her, touching her, getting in her face, going like this. And
Yep, I was
I
there.
have all the footage.
Stood there and watched
then
the whole
she
thing.
literally went like this with the back of her hand and like that, and pushed her back. And they tried to say that she punched her in the stomach.
Yep.
And the judge was just like, when she exonerated her, when she gave her the what's it called when they
They
what is it?
they dropped the charges right
When you
during
get-
the
when
middle
it-
of
when it-
trial.
yeah,
She
but
was
what's that called,
adjudicated
though?
right there.
What's that? There's a word for it. When you ask for a yeah, what is it? You ask for it every time, right? And the judge can grant it.
A dismissal
It's
based
not
on.
it's like a dismissal. But how come I can't think right now?
Yeah, we'll get there. But at any rate,
Anyways.
during trial is when all this went down. They
Yeah.
actually drug them into
Yeah.
trial over a bogus line charge
Which is actually
that the
sorry.
city of Sheridan drummed up. That Jeffrey Martinez and his cops drummed up
Yeah.
and arrested both of you when we came here for a city council
Yeah.
meeting.
So they arrested her for the assault.
Uh-huh.
And they arrested me because I violated my restraining order, they said.
Because you
I-
handled your camera.
No, that
That
wasn't
wasn't-
why. It was because I came here to do public records, because I was allowed to come here for official business only. And I was there talking in the window, and while I was waiting for them to do whatever they were doing, you know, like they were making a copy for me or something, I just was bringing up something about their victim impact statements. It was just side conversation to pass the time while we were waiting. And so they went and told on me, and so they said that because I was doing that, I wasn't there for official business, which that ended up getting dismissed anyways. I mean, like I said, the judge wasn't buying all their BS.
Yeah, DJ, you're right.
But-
Cops can lie.
But then we talked to all of the jurors, and all the jurors said, "Oh, we were just going to say she's not guilty anyways," and they hadn't even seen our side of the story, and they wouldn't let us play any of the audio because, I guess for whatever reason, you know, of course the prosecutor didn't want us to play the audio because they would show how crazy Victoria was, but you could still see her flying around, jumping, acting all crazy, you know, and Sweet Tea's just sitting there all calm.
Yeah.
and even Milo, our attorney, said, "You are going to think that the person that was committed the crime is the victim
Yep.
of this crime, right? And she's the real victim."
Yep, and she
And-
was. She
Yeah, Sweet Tea
absolutely
was.
was.
The real victim, and it was.
What
it was
these
so- we
people
caught her
have
with
done
lies.
here.
She said, "Oh, I never stepped on the tripod, never did it." And Milo played back the video, and you can see clear as day her stepping right on
Yep.
the tripod, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, I guess so." She made such a fool of herself on that
And
stand.
let's remind everyone, that's Jay Whitaker's girlfriend, the city council member that just prayed
Yeah.
before.
And then also Ernie Camacho is on the council, which wasn't here today. He's the one that chased Sweet Tea down in the parking lot over there.
Yeah, and remember, I
And
almost,
got he literally said, "Don't run," because I told her to go get her pepper spray because I know how crazy that guy is. Like, because we were here and that big old mob happened, and Martina brought all his goons to have his back
Yes.
or whatever for city council meeting. So I was like, "Go get your pepper spray," because I know how crazy this guy is. And then she was walking to her car, and he says, "Don't run," and he starts like running towards her and
Yes,
shit.
I was
And then
there,
he
remember?
literally, like gets his camera
Yes!
like this. And then I'm like, "Dude, you know, because they say we're shoving cameras in people's faces."
Yep.
I was like, "You're shoving a camera in our face." And he's like, "Just like you guys." I'm like, "Dude, you don't do that, man."
they were looking, these people are violent.
Yeah.
That's the difference between us and them. These people, all of them, are violent. You had Jeffrey Martinez's family coming here, getting in our faces. Remember all the
Yeah.
threats?
Yeah, that lady.
Yep.
That lady was
That's his girlfriend.
oh, that young chick.
Yeah, that was his
yeah,
girlfriend, by the way, who we
Janine or
thought
something
was
like
his
that.
sister.
Yeah, it's Janine.
Yeah, that was
He's like,
Jeffrey
"Come on, Janine."
Martinez's
She was getting in
girlfriend.
Sweet Tea's face.
Yeah,
And he's like, "Come on, Janine." It's like, dude, we were just victims of crimes. All these crimes that you just saw happen in front of your face.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yep.
That other old guy was trying to get in my face. Remember when I just put my hands up like this? Because I know they're just looking for a reason to say that I did something. So I just go like this,
Yep.
like, "Look, dude, there's no way you're going to get me for doing anything. I'm completely vulnerable here."
yeah, tube
Because he
sock.
was like, "Don't bump into me." Like, and I didn't even bump. Maybe I incidentally did because it was crowded in there. And he's like making a big scene. And then the lady's telling me not to shout. She says, "Stop raising your voice, fool." As she's raising her voice, like she's yelling, "Stop raising your voice."
We'll
fool."
have to do a panel. We need to do a panel.
We
on
need to do a
this.
panel on that thing. Because I
Hey,
have
Tube
all the
Sock,
video
thank you
ready to
very
go.
much. Yeah, let's educate people on what went down in Sheridan, because it's been a few years. And the reason I'm actually here tonight is because of Crystal, and she called me frantically this past week, and Sheridan was threatening to arrest her. Yeah, thanks for doing that. So we had come here to conduct business, and they had told us that we weren't going to be allowed to do this. And so we were recording, making some records requests, and we'll go over the video in the panel. And Martinez and his whole department start marching up the stairs and start arresting everybody one by one. And then through the course of this criminalization, they wrote these victim impact statements. And this is why, to me, this stuff is it is unforgivable. These are lies. Since being targeted by the so-called First Amendment auditors and their online followers, there has been significant impact to me, my family, and my staff. Personally, I've received numerous harassing, rude, threatening phone calls and emails from people who watch the videos posted by these auditors. This takes away from my ability to do my job properly. It has created undue stress for me and has created concern for my personal safety. I fear that one of these so-called auditors or one of their online followers will try to harm me in some way, either physically or by releasing personal information
There's
about
Granbury.
me and my family on the internet. Yeah, this is Devin Granberry's statement. My wife has received threatening phone calls and she is worried about her safety and that of our children. People who watch these videos have called and said, "We know where you live and say hello to your children for me." SROs at our kids' schools have had to be notified and made aware of potential threats to our children. They are scared because they don't understand why people are threatening and harassing their parents. My staff has suffered considerable impact to their emotional well-being and their ability to do their jobs. They've received hundreds of harassing, rude, threatening calls and messages, many of them fear for their personal safety. Many of my staff have said to me that they don't want to file a victim impact statement because they fear retaliation from these people. They fear for their safety and their family's safety if these people put up videos of them and urge their follows to ridicule and harass them. All of this has happened because these self-proclaimed auditors operate on a model of confrontation and provocation of public employees, recording and posting these provocations to their YouTube channels where they purposely try to ridicule public employees and then monetize these videos by asking their subscribers to send them money and harass the employees. So that's the city manager here at the city of Sheridan. This man should not have a job here, but he does. Here's some more cop statements. Lieutenant Mitchell, I thought I had a little bit of respect for him. That came to a halt after reading this bullshit. My wife and children have expressed fear and anxiety as they are afraid to leave our home, as they are afraid they are going to be hurt. Due to Chris Cordova, Denver Metro audits and all the personal and professional threats have resulted in professional threats have resulted in my wife and I discussing ending my law enforcement career of approximately 34 years. Good. I hope you ended it, Mitchell. Chris Cordova, along with his counterpart, Regan Benson, have, along with other auditors, arrived at my place of business. The Sheridan Police Department, extremely antagonistic, using profanities at the same time, live streaming videos, attempting to point out violations either constitutionally or state statute. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Of course you feel like we're antagonistic because you're caught, you're busted. These are all lies. I ask that Chris Cordova, Denver Metro audits be given probation and mandatory protection orders issued, barring him and them from my place of business and from my family. So I talked about this being the root of what is going on with me over in Denver. This is where it originated. Jeffrey Martinez wants to be the master at messaging. They thought that if they said these things enough and were in front of a judge enough with these words, that they were going to force us to stop talking, to stop publishing videos. And guess where we traced both of our personal information being released? And we have proof. Right here. Our social security numbers, our addresses, our family, all of our family associates by name. We've both received numerous emails threatening to rape me, threatening to slice our throats, told us that if we didn't take down our Sheridan videos, we were going to die. Let's see, what else were we told? Then somebody compromised my social security number. I had to pay for an entire year of the full gamut of LifeLock, plus get additional insurance because somebody was using my name and date of birth to identify themselves in criminal cases. Yes. Isn't that interesting?
All the things that they were accusing us of doing.
They were
is
doing
what
to
they
us.
were doing. Yeah, because in here it says that they're publishing our personal addresses and all kinds of crap like that.
Where is Martinez's?
This is towards the end, I think.
This one is what is just a little off the rails. But look how many of them are in here. I
There's
mean,
like 20 of them.
this is ridiculous. Look at this. Pages and pages of victim impact statements, the effects this crime has had on your family. These auditors take away patrol time that officers conduct in the city of Sheridan. Oh, really? How do we do that? Show up and record your stupid asses while you're on patrol? Oh.
That's Boren. That's Sergeant Boren. She's the one that pushed Sweet Tea in the back.
Oh,
While we were in that
yes.
meeting when it got all crazy. Like, and then she's like, I never touched you.
Uh-huh.
She pushed her. Yeah, Maria Boren. She's like that, like really manly chick that just, she can't stand us. She's the one that said, he's
Here we
backing
go.
up. She's the one that said, get out of the way, he's backing up. Remember that? And you're like, he's backing up, watch out, he's backing
Yeah.
up. She's that.
Yeah,
That's
I
that
do.
bitch.
I wonder if she's still here.
I think she probably is.
To whom it may concern, this is from Jeffrey Martinez, who, by the
Well,
way.
Are you sure? Because
Oh,
that's what
oh
I
no,
thought.
that's Garcia.
Garcia's.
That's
why I
Garcia.
messed
We
that
saw
up.
Garcia the other night.
Yeah.
You read
I read
Garcia's.
Garcia's already in my video.
Uh-huh. Whoever this Alex.
Alex Winder.
Wyke.
I've
Wykey.
had an interaction with him.
I mean, for all of these
There's
people.
Connolly.
Oh, Connolly.
I mean, they're all really good, but Martinez is the.
Yeah, Martinez is
best
the
one.
frosting. Moscow. Ugh.
Oh yeah, he's not here anymore. I don't think he is. Anyways. He wrote a big old long one.
Cordova and Benson have openly followed our officers at night, initiating stops that pulled our entire staff off the street to entertain their frivolous complaints. What?
Yeah, I don't even think that ever happened.
Listen to this one. Cordova followers have threatened to shoot our officers. They have called in fake calls indicating one of our officers who lives in Denver was shot and was lying on the grass in front of his home, which means they have his home address. They told another officer they were going to send someone who has terminal cancer to the Sheridan Police Department to shoot as many officers as he could, and he would be wearing a suicide explosive vest. Where did this? I can't even. This is this dude was Martinez's right-hand man.
Yeah.
Right here. Oh.
It's everyone knows that we don't condone that type of stuff, and it's either a complete lie, which is the probability, or if it actually did happen, I
Hey,
doubt
Brenda.
that it was one of our people. It's probably one of the trolls. I think the trolls do that stuff too. They pretend like they're us, and so they can like make us look bad. Yeah, see, there's tons. This guy, Jason Robinson, pulled over my mom and I. My mom had plates that were expired by over a year because we were in her Jeep and she hardly drives it. And as soon as Jason Robinson, he was in the Barber video, he saw that I was in the car. He went back and did his thing, and then he came back and gave my mom a warning. And I don't know, but I think that he gave her the warning because he didn't want to be on YouTube again. Because why else would he give her a warning for a plates that were expired over a year? It's not like it was a month or two. It was really old. And you know, Sheridan, that's what they do. They make all their money from just little BS traffic violations.
Well, as far as
stuff.
I'm concerned, there
So that's the
shouldn't
bread
even
and
be
butter.
tickets for that. Sergeant Adrian Marquez. One of these threats was reported stating the First Amendment auditors and their cronies would discover where the officers' children go to school, sleep, and reside, and that harm be done to them. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is the guy that put me in that armbar thing when he arrested me. Like, shoving my arm back for no reason, and just so he could. Oh, this is that guy Winder. He was the one that was at one of the the van thing.
Address, cars, family numbers, emails, etc. I have lived in fear there may be an attack or some sort of altercation at my house. I believe that due to such concerns, the individuals involved in these crimes should be issued permanent protection orders to protect the city of Sheridan employees and their families. Casey Casorla.
Yeah.
Another lion hooker for pay. Due to the actions of Cordova stating he would disclose our home addresses. When did you disclose? When did you say? When did you announce that you were going to disclose everybody's home addresses?
Yeah. So, first of all, I never actually disclosed any of their personal addresses, and I never announced that I was going to disclose. This is just a pure lie.
But if they
all of my
say
Sheridan
it,
videos are still public.
if they say it enough,
Yeah.
it becomes truth. Somebody's told these cops, keep saying it, keep saying it, keep saying it. Detective Joe Thomas.
This is more blame shifting right there.
More blame
He had to take time
shifting.
away to deal with us from his felony stuff that he was dealing with.
Here's
there's
DeWitt.
Coletta.
Here's DeWitt.
There's Dimwit.
Dimwit.
He's
I am
already-
in fear for my life and my family's life because these individuals are following and harassing me at my workplace. Regan, Christopher, and their followers' tactics are all fabricated to tarnish and embarrass police officers and city officials. Okay, who's this?
That's Jay.
Oh, Jay
This
Harrison.
is the guy that came, the supervisor that
I remember
we called
Jay.
Coletta on.
Yep. Dude, and what lies did he tell? Did he? I was gonna have hope in him. Do I have to give up all my hope?
Yeah.
I do.
Yes.
Okay, we're not even gonna read this shit then.
There's not
They're
one
all,
single
they're all
one.
hopeless.
Yeah.
They're all. See, that is why I don't know how we can sit down and ever be on the same page, Christopher, because we're not on the same page.
Well, there's no way that he can say, yeah, you know, we fabricated all that stuff, because then he'd be in big time trouble. That's the only way that I think I could do that, is if he said, hey, yeah, you know what, this is all BS.
Here it is. Ooh, the grand finale. This document is a big damn deal because this is now part of a criminal case. This is the document that he took to the judge when you were supposed to be in court, and we all went, and he had already been in the courtroom with this document. And it ended up in your discovery because this is what he presented to the judge, and the judge wasn't having it. I would like to express the great amount of duress, stress, and anxiety the individuals involved in the auditing of the city of Sheridan have caused me and my family with their continued harassment that is shielded by their misguided intent hidden in our First Amendment protections. I applaud those who genuinely serve others, but not those who use intimidation and direct disrespect as their modus operandi to address these issues. I have given 28 years of my adult life to serving others, but I have never been put under more direct, continuous pressure of intimidation and harassment as I have by the group that is led by Chris Cordova and Regan Benson. Doesn't even spell my name right. This group of individuals involved in these tactics hide behind the protections of our treasured U.S. amendments, but I truly believe our forefathers would have been disgusted to see how this group twists these protections to ridicule those who serve others simply for cruel intentions and the monetary gains the auditors receive from posting their antagonizing videos. I have tried to overlook the antics of these individuals, but the hatred and vulgarity that results from their work is impossible to brush aside. In fact, their actions have completely interrupted and reduced the service we can provide our citizens. My desk phone and cellular phone are filled with distasteful messages, none of which were provided to the courts or in any type of transcript. And although I spent a lot of time documenting and deleting them, I have to admit I've temporarily succumbed to their tactics and decided to leave them, so no additional insults could be left. I no longer answer my phones when calls come from phone numbers that I do not know, which results in a reduction of customer service that I strived to provide my constituents. However, I refuse to continually be berated and verbally attacked. Not only has the acts of this group led to less than ideal service to our citizens, but it has also caused me to contemplate leaving the law enforcement field, as it is a helpless feeling to be the leader of an organization that cannot stop the continued harassment of those who hide behind honorable laws that are twisted to serve their agenda. I've been in law enforcement for 28 years, and I've received numerous accolades, including official proclamations from the Denver City Council, Denver Mayor Michael Hancock, thanking me for my dedicated work to our communities. Yet these individuals have made me wonder if my commitment to serve others is truly worthwhile, as I am attacked daily after they post negative information about my officers, our department, city, and me personally. I was nowhere close to wanting to leave the police profession, but now I question myself regularly. The stress Cordova and Benson and their followers have caused has continually disrupted my sleep, has caused tensions at home. No, Jeffrey, that would be your lunatic-y girlfriend who comes up in your place of work acting like she's a fucking cholo in a fucking gang. But I digress. As I'm afraid for my family's welfare, as these individuals have posted negative information about me, and their tactics include harassing our officers at their homes. Their tactics include harassing our officers at their homes.
Yeah. Where's the video that we were at their house? I forgot about that one. When did that one happen?
This is, again, Christopher, you really could sit through a meeting with this guy.
Yeah, that's why I said when I start reading this stuff, it's difficult. But he's like, this is the perfect example of blame shifting. He talks about how we post negative information, is what he said. Negative information about my officers. Well, how about you get on your officers for having the negative information, for committing the negative information? Not blame us for putting it on our channels.
I mean, we are in public spaces making public information publicly available. Yeah, so. My family is extremely troubled by this continued harassment, and they must be constantly on guard for fear of people going to our home. I am in the process of adding more cameras. So he's already got cameras, but he's got no evidence of all of this video, all of these phone messages, all of these things.
Well, because he said he deleted them, remember?
Well, no, he said he left them. He ultimately said he left them to fill up his voicemail so he wouldn't have to get any more messages.
Right.
Yeah. So I can monitor the area when I am not home and record any incidents that may arise from the attention these individuals continue to place on me and my department. The largest fear I have as a chief of police is the welfare of my officers. And that's why they continue to arrest you, continue to get all these charges dropped, continue to harass shit out of Sweet Tea, because he's concerned about the welfare of his officers. Yet one particular troubling incident, we were notified via a call to dispatch that one of our officers was shot in front of their house. Where's that call? Came into dispatch.
Yeah.
After numerous calls and frantic work to make certain our officers were safe, I came to realize this was tied to the ongoing harassment the Sheridan Police Department has had to deal with since Cordova and Benson placed their antagonizing attention on our agency. This is a nightmare that I, nor any of our officers, should be required to live, and especially as a false report.
And that, one of these impact statements, an officer, I think it's a sergeant, talks about how a bullet went into his house. So that's what he's referring to. I don't know if it actually happened, but if it did,
Where's the investigation?
Pretty sure it wasn't one of, they're trying to say it's from us. I'm pretty sure it's not from us.
I'm pretty
I just don't
sure.
think that any of you guys are gonna just go and fire a bullet in a police officer's house.
To be clear, we don't advocate for that ever. However, this is exactly what Denver is trying to orchestrate on me right now. Taking my words, putting them into a narrative that they think tells their story, and they're trying to ban me from ever speaking again. That was the goal here as well.
Here's the good part.
Here's the really good part.
So that says Cordova. I blacked it out because I don't think people knew my name at that point. So
Cordova and Benson have also posted videos of them intentionally following our officers' patrol cars and causing our officers to stop and address their dangerous actions. Cordova and Benson got out of their cars intentionally trying to force an overreaction by our officer by quickly closing in on him while berating him and accusing him of being intoxicated. The way he was driving, the way he was talking, the way his eyes were moving, we had every logical reason to question his sobriety. This harassment is not only unacceptable, as it interferes with the work our officers must address, but it is a danger to everyone. We weren't the one running stop signs and lights and flipping U-turns over double yellows. That wasn't us. As many officers around the country have been ambushed by individuals who followed them and attacked them. The actions of Cordova and Benson could have dire consequences, and their actions must be curtailed before a deadly encounter is unnecessarily forced on officers. I don't know how you all define that in the chat, but I define that, and I know Christopher and I talked about this. They literally were admitting that they were going to have to use deadly force on Christopher and I because of our actions. Make all that shit make sense. Now, Christopher, I'm going to ask you again. How do we ever get to a point? This man literally just put in writing to our justice system, presented this to a judge, and said that they were going to have to end our lives unnecessarily. Setting up an officer-involved shooting.
it's stuff like that their officers could read that says, oh, hey, you know what, maybe these guys are really dangerous, you know, and put them all on edge, right? Get them all trigger happy on us.
And that definitely was part of the, what does he call it, the apparatus, what's that phrase? What is that phrase? Anyway, we'll go back to that. Many of my officers and civilian staff have also spoke of leaving the law enforcement profession as they are intimidated by the tactics this group employs, and they genuinely are concerned of being sued. Due to the inundation inundation of threatening calls of complaints this group causes when they post our phone numbers and provide direction to call us and tell us what their followers think about our work. This is even more concerning as law enforcement is having a tough time finding individuals willing to take on the stresses of this career. Our city staff have also been negatively affected as I have witnessed them under duress and reduced to the point of tears. Some are reluctant to provide statements because they don't want to become the target of these individuals. We have had to walk our city staff to their cars on several occasions as they are worried about being harassed as they leave the city building. Their phone lines have also been inundated with harassing and vulgar phone calls that have certainly interrupted the service we provide for our citizens. In fact, we had to close city services early on a couple of occasions as our employees were intimidated and not prepared to deal with more of the antics this group utilizes. The bomb threat we received was directly in response. Again, the bomb threat we received was directly in response to Cordova and Benson's videos of negative attention focused on Sheridan. This caused our department to borrow canine dogs from Denver to sweep our building before we felt comfortable leaving our civilian employees in the building, which resulted in a delayed start of city services. I want to assure the courts, this is him reading his letter, I want to assure the courts that we want to provide outstanding service to all our citizens, and we are willing to improve in any areas we may need to address. However, our employees should not be subject to rude and demeaning antics that are recorded simply for posting, resulting in a monetary gain for the individuals causing this hate. We have literally packed up and moved our legal photo radar operations on numerous occasions, trying not to have negative interaction with the auditors. We've even allowed them to remain in the city building after it was closed, so we could avoid negative contact with them. However, their actions finally reached a point of shutting down our city operations, and we were forced to act. On the date of these arrests, we had a citizen attempting to get assistance from the police department that was so intimidated and disturbed that he chose to leave with the knowledge he would have to conduct business after the auditor's actions had ceased. This was not reasonable, and we were forced to act. That is also a lie. It is also on video, where we actually stepped out of that man's way and invited him to go take care of his business. Unfortunately, after we took action and arrested these individuals, the negativity from this group multiplied as they encouraged their followers to contact us. The calls and emails from their followers flooded our phones and computers. Thankfully, the negative interactions nearly came to a stop when the 5 individuals who were arrested were served a mandatory protection order, which is proof this group has the ability to control harassment. He really put this shit in writing. Yet it also shows a protection order can also stop the harassment employed by this group, aka violate the First Amendment and your civil rights by guilty as charged. Therefore, I respectfully request this group not be allowed to harass, aka talk or be around our city. Yet they are welcome to receive necessary city services without perpetrating antics aimed at antagonizing, harassing, and embarrassing city employees. I don't recall anybody doing a better job of that except the employees themselves. And to my recollection, it was only the police and Devin Granberry. Now, is there a victim impact statement in here from Reagan or from the clerk?
Yeah, there's a couple
from those two.
The two
the
ladies
actual
that work
clerk.
No, not the clerk.
There's
there's one from there is one in here
from
the
Jenna?
old lady. No, not from Jenna, the old lady.
Exactly.
The help us.
Who long quit. Is there a victim impact statement in here from Jenna, the clerk, or Reagan, her deputy clerk?
No.
So those are the 2 individuals you just saw us
I don't
talking
think
to.
so. Maybe Jenna.
I don't recall Jenna ever being involved in this. Thank you for allowing me to express how the actions of these individuals have negatively impacted our operations, our officers, our citizens, our city staff, and me as a person. The charges against these individuals may seem minor, but when they are put in context with the various actions these individuals have caused, I am confident others can see the ongoing harassment that is taking place along with the interruption in city services and the clear and present danger they are causing. Respectfully, Jeffrey A. Martinez. So I just want to,
There's Williams. There's Bruce.
Bruce, oh, Brucey boy. The fact that Brucey boy still has a job is frightening. And those are the end of the victim impact statements. There are no statements in here from Jenna, the clerk, and Reagan, her deputy clerk. And those are the two individuals that we, and me especially, dealt with most often. I've got numerous email communications with the clerk. We have conducted business without any problems. You want to talk about harassment and what this place has done to the homeless? That is my reason for involvement from the get-go. It's not good. It's not good. In a town of 6,100 people, 2 blocks? How many blocks is this?
Yeah, it's like a couple blocks.
A square.
2 blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. This is another lakeside. They have probably, I don't know, several $1 million worth of police cars, several $1 million worth of police officers. Yeah. They have maybe one annual event of crime here. They recently just shot a guy on a path, probably a homeless individual, with a machete. We watched the video. It seemingly was a justified shooting. Prior to that, they had, like last year, they had a...
There was the motorcycle accident. There was a fatality.
That was
down
an
the street.
accident, but actual like crime.
They had, the only one that I know of is that the 7-Eleven. Remember the 7-Eleven? What happened? They like beat someone up out there outside the 7-Eleven or something. It's on YouTube. I think it's on the news.
Well, I mean, like anything involving domestic violence. They had a really bad domestic violence murder here. I'd like
Camacho
three
was
or
domestic
four.
violence.
Yeah, Ernie Camacho. Yeah, he had been convicted of domestic violence, and he's now on city council again. And his wife, who is still the domestic violence victim, she now is running for city council here in Sheridan. Yeah. So yeah, at any rate.
She's the one that made public comment that said, I have no idea what's going on, but they just shouldn't be talking to our police officers like that. And she's basically admitting she has no clue what started the whole thing or what it's all about, but I'm just going to back the Sheridan Police Department just because.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because she was on school board at the time.
Yeah.
These people are a trip over here in Sheridan. This place, I'm telling you, is just this little sliver of hell on earth. And it's very similar to Lakeside. There's no accountability over here. These voters over here, they don't, and you saw, who made the comment tonight? Oh, we were lucky we showed up early, we got a seat at the city council meeting.
I know.
Right? Jose Martinez has a lot of time on his hand to make a shitload of lies supported by his feelings. And this is why I don't think there's any hope for, I don't know, I think I talked this out loud. I think I talked through this out loud tonight. Christopher, I can't agree to go into a meeting with Jeffrey Martinez. He's no good. And he doesn't want any strife, and that's why he put that little show on tonight. Because he knows I'm not fucking around. And he knows he has fucked up royally. He knows that investigation is still active, into this place, releasing all of our personal information. He knows that he's crossed the line numerous times over in Denver with cops from District 4. In fact, he hired one of those cops that was in my last lawsuit and then immediately had to fire him. So there was even more nefarious activity going on over here as Martinez continued to bring his buddies from Denver over here. He says he's going to hold his officers accountable that mistreat the homeless. That's simple. That's super simple stuff. But when it comes to this kind of stuff that we just read, those are our lives. And this guy has literally put in writing that he was going to end our lives.
But he was going to blame us.
Yeah, for having to do it. Yeah, I mean, make this shit make sense. So, I don't know. But my calling was to come over here and witness what is going on in their city council. I hope that Crystal is going to stay out of Sheridan. I don't know. For those of you that don't know who I'm talking about, Crystal O'Neill with Leonard's house over in Inglewood. That's her grandfather. Crystal is still out here on the streets. Everybody claims, that they've tried to help Crystal. And when you tell an individual that you have to give up your cat and we're not going to help you until you commit to a rehab program, they're going to say, fuck you. I'll just stay out here. So that's how that works. And if you're a professional and you understand homelessness and harm reduction and trauma, you understand that people will die out here before they're going to let government threaten them. It's called freedom. And if the police want to continue to violate their rights, I want to catch them on camera every single time I can. Because remember, the Tri-City homeless scam, Inglewood, Sheridan, and Littleton, they claim to be working together to solve homelessness. They're not. It's a money shift. It's a money grab. It is a real grift, y'all. So that's tonight's story, and we're sticking to it. At least I'm sticking to it. Like I told Jeffrey when we walked out of there, I'll be sending him an email, and we'll see how he handles it. We can't trust even walking into this building.
I get nervous every time I have to come here.
Yeah.
It's always been that way.
Because they're looking. They're going, okay, guys, let's get into gear. What can we do to write a warrant this time? How do we end this? If we can take down Christopher, we can take down everybody. He's got the biggest channel. Except, I don't know. I guess Jeffrey didn't figure out that I had the bigger mouth. You might have the bigger channel, but Reagan's got the bigger mouth and apparently keeps growing thicker skin. I don't know. But you can't fucking break me. You're going to have to kill me. And maybe Jeffrey did realize that. And maybe that's why he did put that in writing, that he was going to have to end our lives. I don't know. I can't, I'm already, I guess I could walk around every day, acting like these cops. I have more reason to act like these. I mean, I've actually been assaulted. These guys have lied. They've tried to destroy my life numerous times. They used to go after my kids. They gave that up when my kids became very well-established adults. Let's see, what else? They've supported violence against me. They've supported judges signing warrants for violence against me. We've got more Denver cops being supported to conduct more violence against me. So yeah, I actually could walk around in victim status and total breakdown mode every day of my life. I don't know. Yeah, Mark, I spoke out of turn. Warrant time. Regan made a video. She said 15 things. We took those 15 things and put them with our 15 things. Write a warrant. Yeah. So there's no redeeming value in government these days. We got a call. Hey, never seen you in here before. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate the comment. If you did not watch my live stream today, could you please and go donate to the nonprofit so we could prepare for cold winter? I don't know, Amanda, if you have a link to put in to today's stream that has all of the donation links in it. I'm more outspoken because I don't put up with anyone's crap. Amanda, that's not true. I put up with a lot of crap. I think we put up with a lot of crap in public places. But the difference between putting up with crap in private business and with government, we can walk away. We don't ever have to associate with you. Government, we're forced.
Yep.
It's a whole different scenario of how and when to put up with crap. I don't mind. I mean, look, you want to treat me like shit at a particular store? Screw you. I'm not coming back. You're not getting my money. That's how the real world works, but not in government. You see, they can treat you like that and then jail you, and then you will pay them to do that to you. Let's see, we call this freedom. Vote for my guy. My guy will set you free. All right, well, that's a wrap. Oh, we got a call. It's Modern Retro Radio. Oh, hey. Haven't seen you around in a while. Well, at any rate, thank you, Bokum. Go here and find all donation links. Help us get prepared for winter. Help us support the man, Wayne, who took a rifle round to the face by the Denver Police Department. The homeless man who survived being shot in the face. Help us wrap around that man so he does not end up back out on the streets. Please donate if you can. Every dollar matters. Departing words?
No. Well, yeah, I'll do a little plug. Got a video dropping tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, so it'd be 1 p.m. Eastern with Regan and I, the Inglewood Police Department, and the crazy lady at the RTD bus station. It's a pretty funny one. It's a little shorty. It's like 14 minutes, but it's pretty good. You guys are gonna like it.
You guys got to admit, I mean, when we are out, there is good content to be absorbed. It's interesting what we attract when we're literally just standing there.
I know, yeah. We were just standing there. And
Yeah,
this
that's
lady,
going to be a
she's
good
just-
video.
She's just not. I mean, clearly she had mental health issues, but
I don't know.
She just kept thinking.
I don't
we
know
were
that she
saying
did.
stuff and that we weren't saying. She kept saying, putting words in your mouth that you didn't say.
Well,
Just
besides
come to these
threatening
conclusions.
me,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, besides the
She was gonna
physical
slap-
violence.
Yeah, she's gonna slap the shit out of you and stuff.
Oh boy, it's a crazy world out here. But at any rate, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that video.
Yeah.
DMA does have a very succinct way of being a precise storyteller, and I've never swayed from that fact because it is fact. And while my channel is a little piddly podunk disaster of no subs, I take a little bit of pride in that because I'm not catering to YouTube growth. However, I fault no one that does and can do it well. And I think the content that DMA produces on the front of activism and cop watching is really amazing stuff. So I look forward to that video tomorrow, and we've been out doing some other cop watching, and I think we'll, yeah,
Yeah, we got a lot more stuff coming soon too.
yeah, definitely. So, all right, you guys. Well, thank you very much for being in here, and till next time, whenever that might be. And you should always tune in to a Regan Benson live stream because you never know
That's
what the hell's
You never
gonna
know.
go down in a Regan Benson live stream. Bye, guys.